Welcome to another episode of Healthy Actions Intervening Responsibly, known as HAIR. I'm Jacqueline, the founder, and I am your host. Well, today I am so excited. We have a treat in store for us. But before I bring on my special guest, I want to talk about this. Pineapple. I've learned that there are so many nutritional, healthy benefits to pineapple. Good. And so, you'll find out how Chef Lee, who's our special guest today, is what he's going to do with this. In a very special, amazing recipe. I haven't had it yet, but I can't wait to have it. He's going to talk to us about that today. Thank you for being here.
Alright, hey everybody, this is Chef Lee Eats speaking today, and I'm going to be prepping you guys meal and teaching you how to create a mixed veggie stir-fry taco. And with the ingredients of that, we're going to have the pineapple for our forbidden fruit, and we're going to have our red bell pepper, our green bell pepper, our yellow bell pepper, our orange bell pepper, our cilantro, fresh cilantro, our fresh spinach, yellow onion, and also we're going to have some hydrated cucumber and zucchini, alongside with red cabbage. And to top it off, to substitute for our cheese, we're going to have a shredded version of the sweet potato, along with kidney beans, black beans, and a hint of jerk seasoning. That'll be our first session. We'll be back with the next part. Alright, so welcome everybody to Chef Lee Eats. Today we're doing a mixed veggie taco, and we're going to have a prep of that. And I'm going to slice and dice up all the vegetables for you guys. And we're going to have a lot of saute. If it ain't sizzling, it ain't sauteing. And we're going to have a little Cajun seasoned tacos, a little bit of jerk seasoning as well. A little bit of black beans, kidney beans, a little pineapple and mixed multicolored bell pepper with cilantro and spinach. And we're going to have the shredding of some sweet potatoes to substitute for cheese. No dairy in this meal. This is straight vegan. And then we're going to chop up all of these things, including the cilantro and the cabbage. And then we're going to put it together on a corn and flour shell. And then we're going to serve it to everybody and see how their taste testing skills are with my flavoring to season of garlic and roasted herbs as a seasoning. So we use this as a roasting technique. If people don't want charcoal or whatever on the grill and they can't even open up the whole entire grill outside, this is how the salsas taste so roasted. Like after you see it turn brown in little splotches, it's like smoking your vegetables. Instead of it just always tasting like a fresh chopped salad or something like that. The plant-based world, it's very hard for us to substitute what other people are eating, that we'll try to make it look like it is something that it's not. So for instance, if I wanted to create rice out of vegetables, how do I do that? I can take this cucumber and the crunch of the outside of the tough skin would be enough for them to think it's rice. So all of this right here, it has a texture of rice, but there is no starch in it, of course. They even have something called coconut rice. Have y'all had that? Oh yeah.
I've heard of it.
See, there we go again. We gotta broaden our horizons. So if you need me to prepare the meal that you have not been tasted before, this is exactly what I'm about to do. You're gonna say, where's this flavor coming from and why has it never been on my plate since then? So what I like about cucumber, it enhances all of the flavoring of whatever you match and latch it with, and you'll be surprised. This is a very heavily alkaline, or let's say pH balance. Y'all know about y'all pH balance? You know, half of your body is toxic acidity. The other half is hydrated water. You're mostly made of water, so you want to eat, basically consume majority of water, right? More than you would any kind of toxic or acidity. But what a lot of people don't know is that fruits and vegetables have the same thing. How alkalized is my fruits and vegetables? They all have a percentage to each and every one of them. So anything that's lower than 6.5 is considered a toxic fruit or vegetable. And it's not really good for your body if you eat heavy proportions of it, because it'll turn, you are what you eat. It'll turn your body into exactly what it is. And you wouldn't want to do that. So, for instance, let's say that cucumber right there, your body is supposed to be at 7.25 HP balance or higher. That means 7.25 percentage of how much 85% of water you're supposed to have, that your body is mostly made of, is supposed to be in what you're eating. That means the body of that fruit or vegetable is supposed to have 85% water or more. The cucumber is a water-based plant. So is watermelon, get it? That means I want to eat more watermelon to replenish myself naturally. I want to eat more cucumber to hydrate myself instead of dehydrate myself. The more toxic or acidity you eat can dehydrate your body instead of rehydrate your body. So it's a kind of like science to it. If you are eating too much acidity, you are acid. I don't want to be toxic. Right?
Right.
Nobody wants to be toxic. So therefore it makes me think like, okay, what can I eat that doesn't make my body toxic? I gotta eat some vegetables that doesn't have any toxic or acidity in it. Therefore, a lot of people don't know there's a big difference between lime and key lime. Key lime is alkaline. It's the original lime. Lime is the knockoff version, or the lower acid version. If you eat too much of acid or citrus, it's still not good. Too much anything is still not good at all. If you eat too much carrots, it has melatonin inside of the carrots, and it can turn your skin orange if you have lack thereof less of melanin. So I'm bringing all this together to say that rehydrated vegetables and fruits that has a high percentage of water is the best thing to rehydrate yourself if you feel dehydrated. Therefore, I will eat basically plants or fruits or vegetable, herbs, spices they consider themselves to be healthy, hydrating my body rather than dehydrating my body. That doesn't sound right. A lot of people don't know if you eat too much acidity, then that's what causes acne and skin outbreaks, and then now the acid is trying to get out of the pores where they're not supposed to exit the body. It's supposed to exit the body naturally like everybody else. But if it don't do that, then it's going to find a different way to try to come out. And then you wonder why you break out. It's coming from the toxins that you ate in the food. And that's, you know, so acidity rise. It's kind of like putting baking soda in vinegar. It wants to bubble up somewhere. You don't want it to bubble up on your skin. Now it's breaking all out on your skin. And you wonder why. And that's basically because of what you eat. Even the way that they teaching kids, the more milk you drink, the stronger your bones. That's a lie. There's no calcium in that milk. They have to implant calcium into it. They literally have like pills that they're putting inside of the milk of calcium. Did you ever notice that you saw orange juice have calcium in it? Mm-hmm. And they'll say calcium orange juice. Mm-hmm. But all the rest of them orange juices don't say nothing about no calcium. I find that hard to like figure that it already came with calcium versus that they're injecting calcium inside of it. And then that lets me know that this could be a calcium from where? What is it? What source is this calcium coming from? Because there's healthy elements of the periodic table and they're unhealthy or fake ingredients. They have something called cellulose in the shredded cheese. And I'm like, that doesn't sound too safe. Why would I want to lose my blood cells?
Cells you lose, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. It's really pronunciating cellulose.
Oh.
So cellulose, but it's spelled out cell as a blood cell,
Yeah.
C-E-L-L with the letter U, and then spelled out lose. And I'm like, nah. So I look it up, right?
Right.
Found out it actually means sawdust. And I'm like, sawdust? You mean to tell me like when I was in carpentry sawdust? Yes. That means that a splinter, once it leaves the molecular structure of the tree, it can never be placed exactly back where it was. Because it's like saying a needle in a haystack to a splinter to go back into a tree. Not gonna happen. That same technique to be put on shredded cheese for it never to stick together as after it's shredded, that they will put sawdust in it for us to eat splinters. I don't understand.
Wow.
Why would you want us to eat splinters? But we take them out of our finger if it pricks it, because we don't want it to stop our blood flow or be inflame of blood and create blood clots for what? Not a good reason. Next thing you know, It's in the cheese, and it stops the shredded cheese from sticking together again. But the real cheese will actually stick together again and become a block of cheese. That's why they say cheese cultures. It's just basically chunks of cheese that get pressured to stick together in order to be in one square or rectangle shape or form. But cellulose is no good for me if I'm eating the splinters of a tree. Doesn't make any sense to me. I'm gonna pass on that. I mean, wouldn't you?
Yes. Prepare for lucky knowledge.
Yep. I also have to look up a lot of different ingredients that I cannot pronunciate, spell, or never seen or heard before. And I just keep finding out more things after more things, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go back to this basics. I had to ask myself, if I'm born with a seed, you know, man and woman is born with a seed. Anything that does not have a seed is not as good for me as it should be. Does that make sense? If I can create another living thing to be healthy, would I eat something that cannot? So therefore I have a seeded watermelon. My friend had planted one of his watermelon seeds, a black watermelon seed at that, and it grew full in his garden. But yet he took the other seedless watermelon and it grew none. And it just made me think, okay, so we have a light colored seedless watermelon that doesn't grow any more watermelon after you buy one. Yet I paid $20 for one watermelon 9 days. Yeah, $20 for a seedless watermelon. And it will never grow me another watermelon again. But I can go to another place and buy a $3 to $5 watermelon and take all the 32, 62 seeds that come in that capacity, grow it, and make a whole nother 62 watermelons again. Now, y'all do the math. Which one was more financial to do? Seed or seedless?
Seed.
Right. Then it makes you question, what's real? Seed or seedless?
Seed. So,
why would I eat a seed less when I can have a seed more of nutrients in me?
Right.
It's just think about it. There's a way that even the process of what's the versus between a premature seed being seedless in a watermelon and a mature seed being a black seed in a watermelon. The black seed will grow, the premature seed will not. So it makes you think.
Yeah.
What else don't have a seed in it? What else do have a seed in it? And I guess that one cumin seed can be planted and it grows into a tree. The tree grows into a plant. The plant goes into a bush. Then it grows into a bud. Then it has a branch. And then it turns into a flower. And then the pollen of that flower is where the black seed of cumin comes from. See, that's the whole dynamic of it. It went through all those steps of turning from a root to a bud to a tree to a branch to a leaf to a plant to a flower. That's amazing. Just for one seed to go through that whole process, that no other man on this earth can recreate it to do it itself again. Not through anything.
Wow.
So it makes you think like, wow, what are we coming up with? Something that cannot be created by another man, yet it is created by God himself. So we gotta really ask ourselves that everything we eat naturally coming from the earth originally, or is it coming from another substance or source that is not originally made here by itself, you know? So those are my diamond-shaped cucumbers. It's a little technique, like if you cut long ways, and then turn it at a diagonal. It creates like a little diamond effect. And then I'm going to show you. See the little diamond?
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And then this the other side of the diamond. Oh. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to shred a little bit of the cucumber up with the cilantro. And I normally do not cook the cucumber because it's so sensitive. As soon as you start cooking it, you're taking away all the nutrients from it. There's other vegetables and fruits that's very sensitive too, that you don't want to cook or overcook, like broccoli. That also is very sensitive. Yeah, another technique about properly holding the knife right. Literally holding your finger right here, your thumb right here, and then you want to keep this edge down and let anything under it, but keep this right here along this line. If you do that, it'll stop it from, you don't know which way it's going to go next. If y'all, anybody start doing that, the finger's coming off. You don't want that. But yeah, keeping it steady like this at an angle, and anything with your hands like this and like a fist, and then you can turn it, but you gotta keep this point right here. So I can cut anything from here to here. So I'm gonna move anything I have from here to here to cut it. See, no matter which way it go, I can do that and then start cutting it again. Put it over, start cutting it again. But if I start, no, it is not predictable. You want to be very predictable with your cutting. Alright, let's get down to the beautiful red cabbage. Beautiful. And I want to do little shreds of this, so it can substitute lettuce. The thinner you slice them, the quicker they cook. Alright, and they look very beautiful. Cut in half. And I'm going to turn on skillet, sauteing. So whatever the strongest vegetable is what you should saute first. And onion is very strong, then bell pepper. So what I have on the table is first the onion is strong, then the cabbage is strong, then the bell pepper. But it's okay because I'm going to time it and make sure they don't overdo themselves. And then a little bit of this. And of course some onion.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks alive.
And you're very neat cooker because I don't see you dropping anything on the floor, so you're very neat. No,
So as long as you hear this sizzling sound, you're doing something right when you're sauteing. It's gonna start to smell like restaurants in here. And I ain't put no seasoning. That's by you learning that barbecue technique. You're gonna start to smell and see. And then I can't wait till you taste. I'm gonna cut a little bit more.
Your brother Tony Mondo is watching, Chef Lee. He said, hey, y'all. Hey, Mono. Chef Lee in the house.
This meal coming next.
Oh, he said your meal is coming next.
Meal prep next. And I want you to see the steam coming from the saute is not actually deep frying or pan frying. You can see that it's opening up the color. It almost like it's glowing. Because the 3 ounces of oil that I put at the bottom of the pan can create an immediate heat steam to the rest of the vegetables in order to steam them more than it is deep frying or putting so much oil that is unhealthy and it doesn't even hold up its vitamins. It's a healthy meal. But just that beautiful color blend right there.
Yeah.
This is going to be one beautiful taco.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this hen of jerk towards the end. Now another sensitive vegetable is the zucchini. One of the reasons why I didn't put it in there yet. I want to create a zest of the zucchini so it can be in every bite. It's another technique. You zesting it. So every time y'all bite, y'all get to taste the hen of zucchini. And this also can be used as substitution as pasta, spaghetti, linguine. So it's a substitute. It kind of looks like pasta. Like noodles and noodles, Ramen noodles. It's a great substitute without eating the starch or carbohydrates. I still can't wait till y'all taste it. Now I'm going to take the rest of this, cut. Like that. Down the middle. Every time I cut, I pre-vision what I'm cutting before I cut it. And you should too. Before it goes anywhere, before I even put this knife down to cut, I already know exactly where my knife is going. It's one of the best things to do to be safe. And then you need to get to know your knife. Depending on how sharp or dull it is, can predict your cut. So therefore what I mean is, a dull knife is the most dangerous knife to have. A sharp knife is better. The reason why is because a dull knife can cut jagged edges in 7 different places in one strike. A sharp knife can cut one clean swipe and you're able to heal because it'll latch back where it was before it even was cut and heal itself through the blood. Or should I say the stem cells that are in the blood, or the white blood cells. They create the scabs on your skin to bring the skin back together and the flesh to heal itself. And I'm going to cut them in little cubes. I'm going to have some of them for that extra bite. I know my vegans out there, they love that extra bite, the same texture as meat, without having it in it. A little dice, clean the knife, back on top. And these are gonna go in the pan, steam it a little bit. Very good in there. Now we're going to season it with a little roasted garlic and herb so they can start to marinate. What I like about this is no MSG, no salt. It's not really, you can't overdo it with herbs and vegetables and seasonings of spice without salt and pepper. So you can be heavy-handed in herbs, not salt, not sugar. Stay away from the salt, high blood pressure. Stay away from the sugar, diabetes. You don't want to pick any poisons. You can have flavor without that. Now it's time to steam some of this spinach. Spinach is very sensitive too. You don't want to overcook this at all. All right. You give it a stir to see how it's doing. That's beautiful. Look at that. Shake it around till all of it is shining. Yep, almost good to go. Lower your heat to low, medium, high. Now we can start to add the beans. You don't want to overcook the beans because then they'll be mushy and smashed. And the beans are basically a tri-bean. So therefore 3 beans in one. A butter bean, dark red bean, negro bean. Having this blend is called a tri-bean effect. So therefore, we just drizzle them in.
Which one are negro beans? The deep fried?
This is the negro beans, what you say?
You say negro beans?
Negro beans or black beans? Negro still just means black in Spanish. Alright, now we put them in. We want to flavor them too. So it's basically like a mixed herbs of Italian seasons with garlic powder. That's your roasted garlic. Alright. You're just about ready to have a festival. This is done. Slice up your spinach. Some of the spinach is steamed for flavor. The rest of the steam,
You all can get the rest of this Friday, February 19th at 7:30. We're going to see the end of what Chef Lee has been cooking. Yes, so we are all in our masks. All of us are in our masks, including the chef. I'll give you a few more minutes of this, and then you'll have to attend Friday, February 19th at 7:30 p.m. to get the rest of this. I'll give you a few more minutes, Chef Lee.
alright, see you guys there. I'm gonna drizzle it with a little cilantro. Then keep some to the side for toppings. Toppings.
So I'm on the side stage watching Chef Lee. So Chef Lee, did I hear you say and understand you correctly that butter beans can be used in place of butter?
Yes. All you do is mix olive oil with the butter beans and blend. And then you can solidify your butter by refrigerating and wrapping it into a Reynolds wrap or a Ziploc bag and rolling the Ziploc bag up and still sealing it. And then you can slice it and then lay it over your bread, avocado sandwich. Yeah, it's very good. And then also, if you want to keep it for longer, you freeze it, roll it up, parchment paper. Sweet potato. So, sweet potato. I'll peel my sweet potato. Not just like that. It's the wrong way. You're supposed to go back and forth. Remove. Look like a 2-in-1. peel off the fronts. At the top. It's the most trickiest part of the potatoes, so we try and get it out the way. So let's do the peel. So you see how going back and forth, it stops you from like staying on a potato all day. So I go like up, down. And this is another way I make pasta too. You can use potato peeling in substitution of carrots.
Potato peels, you can eat that?
You can eat this raw as is. You didn't have to cook the whole time.
I've actually done that before, even the raw sweet potato.
Yep.
Just like the carrot.
Just
Yep.
better for you.
Carrots are genetically modified. Sweet potatoes have more property than carrots. So you're getting the bang for your buck out of the sweet potato. But like sometimes I will take the strands, and this will be a form of pasta. They have a flat noodle in Japanese and Chinese stores. And this could be a substitute of that if you like steam it or mix it with a dressing, and then create all the things you would put in a regular pasta. Even if it's an Alfredo with no cheese, you can use nutritional yeast as a substitution of cheese flavor with these pastas, and you could make it macaroni if you want to without no cheese in it. But yeah, I use these strands. I'm done with the skins. And I'm going to use the rest of these as strands, and then the other half is cheese. So I only use like a couple of strands like this, and it puts a little color vibration to the whole entire dish. And it tastes pretty good as you go, especially for those that like a lot of flavor or cheese. You're gonna really taste like cheese and be surprised, because it doesn't normally say on your table of contents of what people eat that you can use the sweet potato as a substitution as cheese. But that whole effect that I'm doing, it cuts time when we stand all day trying to peel a potato. So I know how to go back and forth like that. Even if I want to make my own chips, I can just... Now you got sweet potato chips. I don't know if y'all had that before. Yeah, sweet potato chips now. We have plantain chips now. Have y'all had plantain chips?
I don't care for plantains myself.
I didn't either, but the flavor of the chips is very different structure. I've had so much plantain I didn't want it anymore. Yeah, until I had the chips, and I'm like, okay, I can bake it that way. So therefore you have it's so funny how if someone prepared, depending on how your meal was prepared, can vary how you even eat something any further in your life. So therefore, if I was to make scrambled eggs, I know someone that just they can't stand scrambled eggs. But it wasn't until I made them, and then they actually liked scrambled eggs. There was other people that liked chocolate covered strawberries. But I had one customer that said, oh no, I'm never eating a chocolate covered strawberry, or no, I'm not eating a strawberry again, because she's seen it when it was spoiled and ate it and didn't feel too good.
Yeah.
And I understand that. But I handed her one of my signature tuxedo strawberries, and it's made with like a two-tone chocolate, two different versions of chocolate into one being a lighter version of the shirt, and the other one being a darker version of the blazer, 3 dots and a bow tie, infinity sign. And she said, oh, it looks so pretty. Okay, maybe I do want to eat it, but it looks so pretty I don't want to eat it. It's a work of art. Like, that's why they call it culinary arts, or culinary arts. After I said, I'll pay you to eat it, and if it tastes good you have to give me my money back. But if it don't taste good, keep the money. She's like, money? Okay. I hand her the strawberry. She eats the strawberry. She said, I've never tasted a strawberry that good in my life. It felt like I just reached in the container and ate it for the first day it's been plucked. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm doing something good. I learned how to solidify chocolate without having the ability to freeze it or refrigerate it. No, because even chocolate or cocoa powder, it comes from a solidified form before it gets melted. But even if it's a morsel, don't morsels be strong and stick together and they're separate and don't melt onto one another unless it's heated at a certain temperature? Same thing with the chocolate on the strawberry. If you were to melt the strawberry chocolate and dip it in there, if you overheat it, it loses its dexterity or strength to stay in its solid form and go back to the way it was. But if you actually heat it to the right temperature and don't overcook it, it will go back into a solidified form after you dip the strawberry in it. And you don't even have to put it back in the refrigerator. You can leave it on the table for them eating it the same day. Yep. Alright. Look good to me. Now I'm going to plate up everything and slice the topping pineapple. So a lot of people have a hard time using the old-fashioned way to cut a pineapple. So I have a easier way for people to take proportions to make it easy. And normally I just slice it in a circular form. After I do that, on the smallest or the shortest part, I slice it from the center out, just like that, like Pac-Man, and then cut another one. And little do you know, now you can just eat like that. The whole time you have little niblets and bites of the pineapple. And then if people don't want the skin, I use a method to where I'm holding it up to where I can cut a little bit of the skin. And then I can lean it and just keep going. Now that's it with your knife. If you don't master your knife, don't do this at home. I became one with my knife. I know how fast or slow it can cut. And how sharp or dull it is. After I'm done with this, I cut one side, never cut the center. It's not edible. It can actually sting and burn your mouth, especially if you have open pores. It's like pouring rubbing alcohol on an open scar. So, especially people that have sensitive gums. And you cut one side, and all this is edible at once. And then I can cut it into moons, or I can take it from the moon shape and cut it into pizza slices and eat them like that.
I think I'll taste how sweet the pineapple is.
Alright, so let me get you.
I actually love pineapple.
There's a lot of healing properties in pineapple as well.
Yeah, I've heard that. Thank you. One place I've learned is that pineapple is like an antibiotic.
It is. A lot of forbidden fruit is, but they don't tell you that. They call it forbidden. So a lot of people don't understand that even a fruit like this can give you energy. You can use this as a substitution as a 5-hour energy instead of actually drinking energy drinks. I even create my own concoction of a pineapple or ginger, and using like black tea, elder tea, chai tea, saffron tea, and they have different healing properties. The pineapple enhances it. So for instance, the saffron tea is for those that have poor sight, and they can literally enhance their sight. with saffron tea and pineapple mixed together with ginger.
So you all can't see, we actually have an audience here. We have an audience here. And one of the persons in the audience is my own mother. Mother, would you like to taste a piece of pineapple?
Sure. Thank you. Good. Sweet. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
agree.
picked the pineapple right. Congrats to that.
This is gonna have to be 2 episodes. We have enough for 2 episodes. Yeah, that pineapple is really good.
Really, yeah. Sonny love pineapple too.
She
Y'all
does.
bags.
Sonia, would you like some pineapple right now?
Send it, please. I'll be happy with it.
Okay.
You said pineapple is like an antibiotic?
Mm-hmm. It has healing properties in it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty potent. Pineapple juice on the shelves is expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of patience with food. I see that.
Yes, he does. So, Chef Lee, where are some places you've been? Where have you gone practicing and doing your art?
So I normally do personal catering for people that can't eat everything everybody else can eat, because a lot of people in my family is allergic to just about everything. So I have to be mindful of like, why do they have to wait an extra 20 minutes at the restaurant? Because they have a problem or allergic reaction with shellfish, peanuts, cranberries, cherries, citrus, orange, grapefruit, you name it. So a lot of my teachings I've actually got from Paul Lawrence Dunbar Vocational School, and we ended up winning first place culinary scholarship. I got $300,000 towards Kindle, and I got $2,500 towards AI. I was also enrolled in the ProStar program for Gallery 7, and they also had college ed credit classes. And I had my sanitation license at a young age while I was still in high school. So before I even graduated, I'm already a certified chef. Before the age of 18, so it was a good head start. I started working with Charlie Trotter. He taught me a couple things. Rest in peace, Iron Chef. I've also been with Art Smith, as you heard, for Oprah's Personal Chef. I've also been with Jenny Beno, 7 on Heaven. At 600 North Michigan downtown. Work with Paul Kahn at Blackbird Restaurant. You name it. I've been everywhere now. Okay, so it's just a lot of teachings along the way. And me growing up Gold Coast downtown, it allowed me to have different cultural backgrounds of how they eat food. And little did I know, I was slowly but surely training myself in a lot of things that I didn't know, that had healing properties to all the food that they actually consume on a daily basis in their culture, in their life. So now I've incorporated that in my food, that I can do just about anything from a jerk chicken egg roll to a mixed veggie taco, you know. So it's been such a great experience learning that food can be substituted as medicine. So medicinal purposes like if you're having any problems with your digestive system, what you eat can actually flush that out of your body if it's for a plant base. Or you can detox yourself by having certain fruits and vegetables in your body that helps move those things right along. Like even drinking apple juice can stop a lot of, how should I say, gallstones from sticking in your bowel. So there's just a lot of healing techniques in it. And most of them I learned from my grandmother, and she's 95. And she passed the book to me, and she still teaches me to this day about the healing properties in that book. So it's such a blessing. There's so much more to come, you know. And now I'm ready to serve up these tacos and plate them up. How many people we have?
I want
5.
mine.
5. I mean, I can't count. 4.
Four.
It's 4 of us.
And with that jerky putting that, is that making it spicy?
So I don't like stuff to be too spicy. It's a hit of spice, but I guarantee you won't even taste it.
Okay.
Because
I
I'm not
can't do
into spicy.
Yeah, he knows I
I
can't. do it.
tried. Yeah.
Like I put a little bit. Like this is still at its full capacity. Yeah, because I'm mindful of that. And even this is mild. It's not even a hot version. But yeah, you're gonna taste majority of the roasted garlic and herb that I did. It's a marinade where it has 14 different vegetables dehydrated. And that's just to make it dry so the moisture won't mold the vegetables. And it extends the life pattern time of the vegetable because it's dehydrated. And because it doesn't have any moisture, it won't be able to grow any mold to decapitate itself or to decay itself. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that pineapple is really good.
Oh, yeah. Sonya doing pineapple too.
She does. Sonya, would you like some pineapple right now?
Save that piece. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
You said pineapple is like an antibiotic?
Mm-hmm. It has healing properties in it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty potent. Pineapple juice on the shelves is expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm patient with food. I see that.
Yes, he does. So, Chef Lee, where are some places you've been? Where have you gone practicing doing your art?
So I normally do personal catering for people that can't eat everything everybody else can eat, because a lot of people in my family is allergic to just about everything. So I have to be mindful of like, why do they have to wait an extra 20 minutes at the restaurant? Because they have a problem or allergic reaction with shellfish, peanuts, cranberries, cherries, citrus, orange, grapefruit, you name it. So a lot of my teachings I've actually got from Paul Lawrence Dunbar Vocational School, and we end up winning first place culinary scholarship. I got $300,000 towards Kindle, and I got $2,500 towards AI. I was also enrolled in the ProStar program for Gallery 37, and they also had college ed credit classes. And I had my sanitation license at a young age while I was still in high school. So before I even graduated, I'm already a certified chef before the age of 18. So it was a good head start. I started working with Charlie Trotter. He taught me a couple things. Rest in peace, Iron Chef. Also been with Art Smith, as you heard, for Oprah's Personal Chef. I've also been with Jenny Bendo 7 on Heaven. At 600 North Michigan downtown. Work with Paul Kahn at Blackbird Restaurant. You name it. I've been everywhere, man. Okay, so it's just a lot of teachings along the way. And me growing up Gold Coast downtown, it allowed me to have different cultural backgrounds of how they eat food. And little did I know, I was slowly but surely training myself in a lot of things that I didn't know that had healing properties to all the food that they actually consume on a daily basis in their culture, in their life. So now I've incorporated that in my food, that I can do just about anything from a jerk chicken egg roll to a mixed veggie taco, you know. So it's been such a great experience learning that food can be substituted as medicine. So medicinal purposes, like if you're having any problems with your digestive system, what you eat can actually flush that out of your body if it's for a plant base. Or you can detox yourself by having certain fruits and vegetables in your body that helps move those things right along. Like even drinking apple juice can stop a lot of, gallstones from sticking in your bowel. So there's just a lot of healing techniques in it. And most of them I learned from my grandmother, and she's 95. And she passed the book to me, and she still teaches me to this day about the healing properties in that book. So it's such a blessing. There's so much more to come, you know. Well, now I'm ready to serve up these tacos and plate them up. getting she paid for.
This is absolutely amazing. I mean, we sat here and watched you put this together, and it's unbelievable. I feel like I'm in a 5-star restaurant downtown.
And it's like 3 different meals in one.
It is.
You got the cabbage, grandmama's cabbage. Got the red beans and no rice.
Red beans and no rice.
And the mixed vegetable of a Garden of Eden.
Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Healthy Actions Intervening Responsibly, known as HAIR. I'm Jacqueline. I'm busy and I'm eating. We'll see you next time for part 2.
See you guys.